Hi, good day, fellow educators, dearest colleagues, dear teachers, dear nation builders. I hope you enjoyed your holiday, and I hope the holiday was so great and massive. For some of us, it's as if we never had an holiday because we are still working and working and working and working and working just to make sure our students get better. So, as we are starting a new academic session, it's very important. There's a topic I spoke with students, I discussed with students on that particular topic. And I want to relate it also to teachers, to educators. It's very important too. Now, this is the topic of our discussion this day, that is laying the right foundation for a successful academic year. Laying the right foundation for a successful academic year. Now, in this case now, relating to teachers. So as teachers, it's very important. We don't just cover syllabuses. We are not just there to cover the syllabus. No. We shape lives and destinies. The beginning of an academic year gives us the real chance to lay a foundation that will determine how far both we and our students will go. The foundation we lay will determine how far the journey of our students will go. Yes, it's the foundation that will determine it. Now, let's look at this. Just listen to the story I want to share now. That is the power of foundation. Just a short story. Now, once two builders were tasked with construction houses. Two builders were asked to go and construct a particular house. So, do you know what they did? Now, the first builder worked quickly. That is, he was very fast. He wanted to finish it very fast so that he would collect his money and get out. So he worked very fast, was eager to finish and move in. That is, he wanted to finish everything within 2 minutes, within a month, 3 months, so that he can enter that building. So he built, because of that, he couldn't be patient to look for something good to use for that building. So he built on sandy soil without much planning. He built on sandy soil without much planning. So the house looked very beautiful, very fantastic, very beautiful on the outside. But when the rain comes, you know what happened? It collapsed. Why? The foundation is not strong. Now, the second builder, however, took his time. He took his time. He dug deep, laid a solid foundation on a rock, and built carefully. He did not rush. He took his time to build. So he built carefully. His house stood firm even through storms. So when the heavy rain comes, wind, all of that, the house was strong. Why? Because it was built on a solid rock. On a solid rock. Now, this story reflects teaching. It reflects teaching. A teacher who rushes without laying a foundation of preparation, discipline, and relationships may see the collapse of students' progress. You see the collapse of students' progress. You will always rush. Oh, I want to finish this topic very fast. I want to do this very fast. You're always in a hurry. No proper planning. You just come so that your student will not understand anything. You just ended up killing their career. So, but a teacher who builds on rock, that is clear planning, strong classroom structures, and student-centered methods, creates learning that lasts through challenges. Oftentimes we notice, I've always noticed that some students, after a particular teacher have taught them a particular thing, for the moment they will remember it. But after a while, they will not even remember anything in that particular subject again. Why? Because the foundation was not well laid. So it cannot stand challenges. But when, as a teacher, you laid a strong foundation, even as time goes on, your students that's what you taught them can still remain in them. when challenges come, they will be able to surmount, they will be able to pass it because it was laid on a solid foundation. So this story was, I decided to add this story to inspire teachers, to inspire us, myself inclusive, to see our role as builders of lives, not just lesson deliverers. We are not there to just write on the board, explain and get out. No, we are building lives. We are building lives. We work with two. There's no other profession that can do it. We build lives. So as we build lives, make sure the foundation of that life you are building is strong. Because if the foundation is not strong, you might end up destroying destinies. There was an article I wrote some years back on teachers about the educational system of our country. So there was something I wrote in that article that I'm trying to remember. Yes, I wrote something that because of our country, the way things are going, teachers that are supposed to be nation builders, they've now turned out to be nation destroyers. Why? Because we don't take our time anymore. Some of us don't take our time anymore to plan ahead. Instead, we leverage on it. We use the student as source of income. We don't do our work anymore because of the way things are in this country. But that should not destroy us. They say the word of teachers are in heaven. Yes, I assure you it's in heaven, but it's also on earth. There are some teachers that are still reaping their rewards on earth. So you receive half of it here and receive the other one there. So the foundation you build will determine how your students will go for that session. If your students are moving very well, it means you have done well. But if they are not, you have not done anything. You have not done anything. So it's very important to lay a good foundation as a student, as a teacher. Lay a good foundation for yourself, for your students, for your class. Lay a solid foundation. How you want your student to go, how you want your class to go. Start by your foundation. Start by planning. Now, why a strong foundation matters to teachers? Why does it matter for us to have a strong foundation? So why a strong foundation matters for us as teachers, as tutors, as educators? Why does it matter to us? Now, number one, a strong foundation matters. Why? Because it prevents stress and confusion. It prevents stress and confusion. So a well-prepared teacher runs an organized class. If you are well-prepared, your class will be well-organized. So there will be no confusion because there is a right foundation, you have already planned it. So it's going to prevent stress and confusion. Your class will go on smoothly. Number two, it sets the tone for discipline. It sets the tone for discipline. The first few weeks of the resumption, especially that first week, second week, the first few weeks of the resumption, decide if students will take you seriously. It's going to decide if students take you seriously. How? That is by how you appear and how you manage your class. That is how you're going to decide. Your students, they are wise, all the students are wise. They are watching you. They are monitoring you. What you take, the nonsense you take, the nonsense you don't take, they are watching you. So if you are the type of person that just takes anything for the whole session, that is how your class will just run. They will just be giving you nonsense. So that is why it's very good to have a strong foundation at the beginning. Have a strong foundation at the beginning. Okay? Then number three, inspires confidence. Having a strong foundation inspires confidence. Parents and students trust a teacher who is clearly ready. Parents and students trust a teacher who is what? Clearly ready. If they see you as somebody that is very ready, you know what you are doing, they will trust you. But when they see you, you are not ready, you are confused, you don't know what you are doing, you don't even know what you are supposed to take, nobody will trust you. Then also, lastly, it ensures professional growth. It ensures professional growth. So the habit you form now will affect your teaching effectiveness or say practice makes perfect. So the habit you form now, we form the basis of how your career will go for that year. You say you can't give what you don't have. So it's going to form you how you will go for that academic session for that year. So that is why having a right foundation matters. Okay, now I want to talk about core areas of foundation for teachers. There are some core areas where we need foundation. So I classify them into different aspects. So the first aspect is personal preparation, talking about your personal preparation as a teacher. What are the foundations you need to lay here? So the number one thing there is mental and emotional readiness. Mental and emotional readiness. So enter the year with positivity. Avoid carrying last year's frustrations. Very important. Some of us last time we were frustrated, a lot of works, and so we were frustrated. So don't carry the frustration of last time to this new session. It will affect your work. Start happily. Start with a happy mind. If your boss offended you last time, don't bring that mindset to this new session. Forgive about last anything that concerned about last time. Just forget about it. Start fresh, like you are starting a new year. Start afresh. That's your mental, your emotion will be mentally and emotionally stable. Because if you are not mentally stable, you are not emotionally okay. Your student will suffer it. So you should be mentally and emotionally stable. Then academic preparation. That is second thing under personal preparation. Academic preparation. As a teacher, how should we prepare? Now, number one, study the new syllabus in advance. You should have your syllabus for your subject. Study it in advance. Then prepare lesson notes, teaching aids, and resources. As teachers, you should have a lesson note. I'm talking to myself as well. Yeah, it's very important you have a lesson note. Your teaching aid, your resources you need for your class to go on very well. Start preparing them. Not when it's time for you to go for your class, that is when you start looking for them. We are talking about having the right foundation here. Get yourself ready, get yourself equipped. Then plan assessment for each term early. How you are going to assess your students? Plan it early. Your questions, plan them early. Not when it's time. You'll be tired. What am I? How am I going to say this question? It will be so tiresome for you. So you plan ahead. Then professional growth. Professional growth. As a teacher, if you're not growing professionally, you're not doing well. Professional growth. You become an asset to where you are working. When you are growing, you become an asset. You'll be bringing money to them. They will value you because you are doing the right thing. You know what you are doing. So when you are growing professionally, you become an asset to where you are working. So they will not like you to go because they value the work you do and you work on yourself. So now for professional growth, what are the foundation you are supposed to do? Now, number one, read recent articles or books in your subject area. We have very good people in any area we find ourselves. In your subject, if you are a physics teacher, you are an English teacher, read books, articles that other people, great people in that field have written. Expand your knowledge. Expand your knowledge. Then attend workshops and trainings. So attend workshops and trainings. It's very important. Actual training. It can be physical training, it can be online training. Make sure you attend training and teaching. How you can improve on new teaching method. Then be open to new teaching method. Not because this is how you have been doing it before. Technology has made things very easier for us. So be open to new teaching method. If a colleague of yours introduces a new teaching method for you, try it. It can help. It might help. Try it. So be open and also be open to correction. Professionalism matters in your work. So that is for the aspect of personal your personal values, your personal growth. Now, the other part of it, classroom engagement. Classroom engagement. The classroom is just like that is where your work actually takes place. So there are some certain things you need to know about your classroom, certain things you need to do about your classroom for learning to go on smoothly and enjoyable. Now, physical setup. I want to talk about the physical setup of your classroom. So ensure the class is neat, welcoming, and organized. If you, as a teacher now, just look at it now, you teaching in a dirty classroom, does it make sense? How will a student understand? The class is very dirty and you are teaching? I don't know. The class is scattered and you are teaching? Students are just standing up and you are teaching? Nothing will enter their brain. If you get to a class, the class is dirty, ensure it is neat before you start your work as a teacher. Don't teach in a dirty environment. You say cleanliness is next to godliness. Don't teach in a dirty environment. Make sure your class is neat before you start your work as a teacher. Make sure you arrange your seat. If the seating arrangement you don't like it, like what I do, if I get to a class, the way students sit, if I don't like it, I want to arrange it to my own taste. After my class, they can decide to sit as they used to sit before. But as far as I am concerned, once it is time for me to teach, it's my period. I am the oga of that class at that time because it's my period. So if I don't like the way the class is arranged, I will arrange it to my taste because it's me that knows how best my student learns. I will arrange it to my taste. So your class should be orderly. Arrange your class to your taste. How you think that this is how my students will learn, this is how they will understand my subjects. Arrange it. It's your class. You are the chairman of that class at that particular time. Not even the principal can say you should get out because it's your time, it's your period, you use it well. So arrange it to your taste. It's very important. So that is physical setup. Once all these things are there, your class is neat, is welcoming, everywhere is good, perfect. That is the first thing. Your student will love your class. Now, another thing again about class environment. Rules and routines. Rules and routine. Say when there is no law, there is no sin. If you don't have a law, you don't have rules guiding your class, your class will not be well planned. Students will be doing anything they want to do because you don't have a law guiding your class. So establish your law from day one. The day you start teaching your students for that session, let them know your laws, your rules, the rules for your class. Boundaries they should not cross. Let them know it from day one. Then also involve students in creating classroom rules. If you want to create the rules, let your students also contribute. Let them contribute. Just ask them, say, students, in my physics class, okay, I want all of you now to bring your rules. How do you want the class to go? What should you do and what should you not do? Write them down. They will write. After writing, everybody read. They will read. After reading, sign it. That if I fail, this is my punishment. Let them sign it. You know that, okay, these laws, it's all of us that made it. So if you flout my law, you'll be in trouble. Let them know that. Let them know that we all combine to form this law. So the law you formed, let not the law stand against you because you will not like the consequences. Tell them like that. Then lastly, enforce the rules consistently and fairly. Anybody that is against the rule, make sure the punishment meant for that should be given to that person. Don't overlook. Because if you are not taking your rules serious, the students will flout your order. They will not follow it again because you are not consistent to it. So they will not follow it. But make sure you enforce the rules consistently. Any class, once it's time for your class, tell them that remember our laws. If you want to be free, you want to be happy, you don't want any punishment, make sure you follow our laws. Keep telling them every day, every time, so that your class will go on smoothly. So rules, students, rules. If you don't have rules, they will do anyhow in your class. Then the last thing on your class environment. Now, learning atmosphere. Decorate walls with learning aids, motivational quotes, or class targets. As a class teacher, your classroom should be beautiful. You should have charts, although it's peculiar to, well, it's not only primary schools anyway, even colleges. Your classroom should be beautiful. Should be something, there should be motivational quotes. When students see it, they will be motivated. Motivational quotes should be in your classes. In your office, there should be motivational quotes. When students come to see you in your office, you should see something that will motivate them. It should be there. It should be there. That is how your classroom environment should look like. Then the other part, student engagement. Student engagement. So under student engagement, I highlighted know your students. Know your students. It will surprise you that there are some teachers that don't know the names of their students. You don't know your students by name. It's bad though. It's very bad. If you don't know your students by name, you cannot spell their names. It's very bad. Yeah. Learn their names quickly. Learn their names quickly. When you call a student by name, tendency that they will listen is 100%. So you should know them by their name. Then also identify their strengths. Every student has a strength. They have areas where they are weak. Identify their strengths and their weaknesses. You should know where they are good and where they are weak as a student. As a teacher, know where your students are weak, where they are strong, and also know their background. Because it will help you. It will help you in your classes. Know the backgrounds of your students. Know where they are coming from. Know how their home is. Some of them have bad or poor background, poor upbringing. So those ones they tend to disrupt your class. So you should know their background, know the background of your students, and also you should be concerned about their welfare as well. Yes. Now, rapport building. Greet them warmly. Show interest in their well-being. As a teacher, you don't just enter class. You say, okay, today we are having physics. Topic we have today is motion. What is motion? No. Before you start, greet your students. Ask after their well-being. How are you? How are your parents? How are you doing? How is the weather? Care for them. Students love teachers that care for them. Not just coming to the classroom and be pouring down things on the board for them. No. Care for them. That is how your class will go on smoothly. Now, setting expectations. That is the last thing here. Clearly explain grading, discipline, homework, and participation policies. For my class, like what I do, I always tell my students, your first test, your second test, your exams, and all of that, I break down the marks for them. That for my assignments, for my projects, this is the marks assigned to this. So if you think only your exams will give you 100%, you are lying, because some students are like that. They play with their tests, play with their project, play with their assignment, just for them to come and read for exam, hoping to have 100%. You tell them that the 100% is not only on the exam. Your notes, assignments, tests, projects, all this is built up. So not just only your exams you give you. So take them from the beginning. So that they will know that, don't think, if you think you can play with my assignment, you can play with my project, your test you will not reach, you have 0, and then you will now come and write exam, you think exam is about 100, exam is not up to 100. So it's everything that will accumulate to 100%. You tell your students ahead, so that they will not play with all these things, that all these things have marks, and all these marks add up to 100%. When you tell them, they will take their studies serious. Yes. Now, another aspect here, curriculum and lesson delivery. Curriculum and lesson delivery. Now, number one, under here, break syllabus into weekly goals. So avoid rushing at the end of the term. Don't rush. Don't rush. You already know your syllabus. So you break them down. Okay, for this term, these are the topics I want to teach in my subject. Write them down. Write them down. The topics, the subtopics, write them down. So we break them into tables. This week, this is what we do. This week, this is what we do. This is how we're going to do it. Then teaching method. Use a variety of discussions, experiments, storytelling, and group work. The way you deliver your teaching is very important to the academic growth of your students. Use a student-centered method to teach your students. Student-centered method to teach your students. That is how they will understand it. You can also use storytelling. There is no subject you cannot use, even mathematics. You can teach mathematics with storytelling. Yes, I do it. You can teach mathematics with storytelling. Group work is also there. You can also use group work. Say, okay, today, this is the topic we are going to learn. Okay, so you be in one group, you be in one group. Brainstorm. This topic, what can we bring out of this? You are teaching them already. So it's not all the time you come to class and explain different. No. Have group discussion. Just select one day. Today, our class today, we are going to have a group discussion, and this is the topic we are going to work on. So this is the topic we are going to work on our group discussion today. Leave it open for them. As they are discussing, be with them. I don't say you should go. Be with them. Discuss with them. That is also a teaching method. It will help your class a lot. It will help your class a lot. It will help a lot. Now the last thing here, technology and real life connection. These days, even teaching has become easier yourself because most of the things we need are readily available for us as teachers. It's just for us to discover them, where they are, and how to use them. They are readily available for us. So, use videos, charts, or case studies to make learning practical. Yes, there are videos of a particular topic you want to teach. You can display the video, let them watch. It's educational. Let them watch that video to explain it. It's practical. Make it practical. Then you can also use case studies. Okay, let's look at this, how it happened to them. How can we relate this to our personal case studies? It will make learning fun for your students. Don't let the classroom be bored. Your classroom should not be bored. Make learning interesting. Make it practical. Students, I have come to realize that students love practical work than just writing. Myself, I love practicals too because it's what you do with your hands tends to stick to the brain than just hearing. You see it happen. That is why science is good. You see it happen. You tend to understand it and know it than just hearing this one say, this one say, this one say. You have not seen it before. But when you see it happen, you will understand it forever. You know it forever. So let's try to put practicals in our work. When we are teaching our students, let's try to incorporate practicals too. Let's teach them practicals because they tend to understand more practical. Yes. Now, another aspect of how we can set a right foundation is in collaboration and communication. How and who should we collaborate with? Who should we communicate with? Now, with colleagues, how do we collaborate with colleagues? Our fellow colleagues, how do we collaborate with them? Now, share best practices, coordinate on discipline, and support one another. As colleagues, as co-workers, as co-teachers, we should support each other. It's very bad that in some organizations, colleagues don't agree. This one would say this one, another one will say another thing. They are not in agreement, they are not in concord. It's very bad. Your students will not see you as united. They will flout your orders because people are not united. If this one is trying to discipline this person, another teacher will come say, no, free this person, don't do that. It's very bad. There should be collaboration. As teachers, collaborate with each other. Work with each other. That is how you can achieve success by the end of the session. When you are in unison, you can achieve success because you are working together. Yes. When you are working together, you achieve success. Your students respect all of you. Very important. Now, With parents, how should we collaborate? How should we work with parents? How should we communicate? Now, communicate early. Not only when a student misbehaves, share progress and concerns. It's very good as if your student is doing well, let the parents know that, oh, this is your son, this is your daughter, is doing very, very well. Please ensure you guide him or her. He's doing well. So not only when they are bad, you start calling, hello, mommy this, daddy this, your child is not doing well, or your child is failing. This class is not good for him. Please, he's not doing well. No. When they are doing well, you call. When they are not doing well, you call as well. Communicate with them. Not only when something is bad before you start calling parents. It's very bad. Let's start doing good this time. Now, with students, how can we communicate with our students? How can we collaborate with our students? Now, encourage teamwork. As a teacher, you should encourage teamwork. Let them work in team. Like what I used to do with my students. For my project work, I always share them in team, in groups. Work as a team to achieve this thing. Let them start developing that spirit of teamwork. And you'll be surprised at the results you are going to get at the team. Then there should be peer support and group projects. If you are doing projects, you should group it. Group your projects. Make sure that your students know what and what to do. When you group them in for projects, they are going to achieve something great. Than when you say this project, you do it personally. So by the time you do that, you'll be surprised at what you are going to get. The results you are going to get, you will be surprised from your students. Then another key point that we need to know here, self-care and balance. In as much as like what I told the students, they should care for themselves and should balance everything. So also teachers, it's good to balance everything and we care for ourselves as well. So under this now, I'll look at time management. Time management. Use to-do lists and set aside specific times for marking and planning. Now, there was a particular time I found out that when it comes to marking, I am always lazy. When it comes to marking, I can give students assignments, give them. Once they submit it on my table like this, it can take me up to a week to mark it. So there was a skill I developed that, okay, once your students are done with their assignment, mark it instantly. Don't procrastinate. Don't say, oh, I will do it later. Set a time aside for marking and for planning. Once there is time, okay, this is the time I want to mark. Once it's that time, mark. Don't use the time for marking for something else. Time management is very important. The time for you to deliver your lecture, use it to deliver your lecture. Then, also time balance. Balance yourself. We are not machines, we are human beings. We need rest too. So you need to care for yourself. It is somebody that is healthy that can teach. Somebody that is healthy that can teach. So your health also matters. Matters a lot. Now, rest and renewal. Avoid burnout by balancing school with personal life. Although it's good to be a dedicated teacher, it's good to carry the school when you are working on your head, but it is very important that you are also a person. You are also a human being. You have a family to take care of too. You have a family to take care of. So don't be burned out by the workplace. When you are in school, you do school work. When you are at home, family work. Let school work be in school. Let family work be in the family. Have time for yourself. You should have your own private life. Very important. Very important. Care for yourself. It's when you are healthy that you can work. If you are not healthy, you cannot work. So it's very important you take care of yourself, take care of your health. Very, very important. Rest. When it's time to rest, rest. Though some of us, we hardly rest because we are always looking for ways to make our students better and all that. But in spite of that, please find time to rest. When you rest, you have more strength to do something else. If you don't rest, you'll be tired all the time. You'll be sleeping in class. We are supposed to teach your students will be sleeping. So rest is very important to rest. Then role modeling. Role modeling. Our students, like what I said earlier on, our students are watching us. They are watching us. So your habits, like your punctuality, discipline, integrity, are lessons for your students. Indirectly, you don't know. Indirectly, your students, they are taking you as a model. If you are the type of teacher that always goes to work late, they know. And you are the type that always be in school early. You always do what you are supposed to do. You are disciplined and a person of integrity. They also know. So they will take you as their model. Whether you are good, whether you are bad, their students will also take you as a role model. But like I always advise, don't be a bad role model for your students. Be a good role model for your students. It counts because you will answer for it later. Okay, now, practical strategies for immediate action. What should we do now? Immediate, I mean practical aspects for immediate action. Immediate, something that we should do now. Now, prepare a first week plan. School will resume. I think some have already resumed. School will resume. Some will resume next week. Some are going to resume upper week. Your first week should not just come and go like that. Have a plan for that first week. First week plan. So activities, introduction, rules, and light lessons for that first week. You may not do much, but there should be something done. Something should be done. That's the first week. You should have your rules should be written down, your lessons, how you want your class to go, your class arrangement. Have everything ready for that first week. Then use ice breakers. Ice breakers. No fun games to know your student. There are some games you introduce in your classroom. Just to test the smartness of your student, to know who is good, who is better, and who is not good. You can identify them when you use ice breaks or ice breakers games. You know your students, you identify them, you identify their weakness. Those that are very intelligent, those that have high IQs, you will know them. Then create a class vision. That is, create a class vision board with students. Goals for the term or year. With your students, you should have a goal too. Like what I told my students, I told the students earlier on that they should have a goal they want to achieve. Also, as a teacher, for your class, for your subjects, you should have a goal. Create a goal for yourself and your students. For your class, create a goal. Like what I told them. If you are a goalless teacher, you don't have a goal, you are a scalar quantity. Like a driver without destination. You will just be teaching, but you don't have a specific destination. There's nothing you want to achieve for that time. Nothing you want to achieve. So anything will be okay for you. You see? So you should have a goal. Plan a goal. Write it. Write it. You can put it in the classroom. You can put it in your office. When your student comes to see it, you see, okay, this is our goal for this term. This is the goal. This is what you must achieve at the end of the term. Write it down as a teacher. You must have a goal. Then conduct an initial assessment. That is to know your students' baseline knowledge. You should conduct an assessment for this first term. You may not know you have new intake and all of that. Just conduct maybe 2 minutes assessment. Test their brain, just like the first one I mentioned. Test their brain, test their ability. How can they perform? You should know all these things to know how. Don't just enter class and start teaching without knowing how your students are performing. You should know their performance and performance ability. Test their abilities. It's very important. So, various colleagues. In conclusion and call to action. The foundation we lay now will determine the outcome of the year. The foundation we lay now will determine the outcome of the year, the outcome of this session, how our session is going to go. Now, look at this quote. Say, if you want to go fast, prepare the road. If you want to go far, prepare the foundation. Do you get it? If you want to go fast, prepare the road. Then if you want to go far, prepare the foundation. So when your foundation is well prepared, you will go far. But if you are not ready to go far, you just want to go fast, forget about foundation and just enter the class and start teaching. Don't do any background work. Just enter the class. Anything that comes to your mind, you teach. It will just stay at that moment. But after that moment, they will forget everything. But if you want them to remember it for a long time, even forever, have a strong foundation plan. plan. It's very important to plan. Very important to plan. So enter this new academic year, not as routine workers, but as nation builders, laying a foundation for greatness. Let us lay foundation for greatness. The nation is counting on us as teachers. All professions are being taught by this great profession, teaching profession. We are proud to be a teacher. And at the same time, we should lay a good foundation for those who teach, because it will tell tomorrow. So, I want to see you succeed as a teacher. If you need advice, you need more encouragement, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I will drop my link will be on the comment section, so you can chat me up anytime, and I'll be very ready and very happy to assist you as a fellow colleagues, as a fellow teacher. And also at the same time, I am the founder of Determined Voice International. What we do, we care for students, anything regarding students. That is what we do. We organize mentoring class for them, online tutorial classes, even physical classes as well. It's organized at a lower cost, unlike what others charge, because it's just like a non-profit organization. It is our dream to offer all this at no cost to students. But because of the resources we have from now, resources we have are not much. That is why we charge just at low cost. But for the mentoring class is free. We don't charge students for mentoring class. But for the online classes, we charge us little amount. Just little amount, because I am happy to see students progressing. So as a teacher, if you have that student that is giving you headache, that is not, this student is not going well, you can refer that student to me. I will help you to handle him or her. Yes, you can bring that student to me. Just message me if you have any problem with that. I'll be gladly available to assist you. And also for schools that are looking for people to educate, that is, if you are organizing seminars, talks on education, on student welfare or teachers welfare, anything regarding teachers and students, I'm very available. You can contact me and I'll be available to deliver such message to you, and to help to collaborate with your school to make sure that your teachers, they are better. Yes, teachers should be assets to where they are working. Should be an asset to where you are working. Yes, be an asset. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you for staying to the end with me. We'll be happy again. We'll be happy. So till when we meet, I remain Mr. Ogden Restic John. Goodbye.